All right, this is Mr. Wyrick, and I'm here to go over at least methods for the Unit 5 test review for you here today. First off, on these first two, what is the solution to the system? In this first one, it's 6x plus 3y equals 13, and 3x minus y is equal to 4. In the second one, it's 4x minus 7y equals negative 2, and 12x minus 21y equals negative 42. This is really irrelevant. Like, the answer to these is not the important part. The important part is remembering the method. You can go into the graph on these and you can graph each one. You'd have to like delete all the information, go through, and then when you graph them, it'd be menu 6-4 to find the intersection of those. You'll find the upper boundary, lower boundary. It'll tell you where it crosses. You may need to zoom out to be able to see the intersection. To do it faster, it's just going to be menu 3-2, and that's the solution to the system of equations in the calculator part, which will give you the answer straight up on this one. It's a multiple choice test, so make sure it matches up. Same thing on number 2. It's going to be a menu 3-2, and you're going to go through the calculator shortcuts just to find this information. On this number 3, high school band held a bake sale. Total number of cupcakes was sold was 4 more than twice the number of cookies sold. So we've got cupcakes. I'm going to use P for cupcakes. I'm going to use C for cookies. The band sold a total of 52, so that's P cupcakes plus C cookies equals 52. And then the number of cupcakes sold, that's P for cupcakes. That's going to be the larger one, was 4 more than, that's plus 4, twice the number of cookies, that's 2C. You would, again, menu 3-2, and solve that to get number of cupcakes and cookies. Make sure your labels are appropriate. Probably you can get this one down to 50-50 if you just make sure that when you look at the answers, do they add up to 52? And is the cupcake total higher than the cookie total the way it should be? You should be able to cut your answers down to 50-50 without even doing math by just looking at it and checking that kind of stuff. Draw an example of a graph of a system of equations with the type of solution. If there's no solution, it's because they are parallel. They're never going to cross. One solution means either they're both going up like this, or you have one positive, one negative, something like that. They cross in one place. Infinitely many solutions means they are exactly the same line on there twice. Okay, so this is on what day of the week are twins going to be the same age? Oh, it's all of them. Down at the bottom, new spiral contains 30 more sheets of paper than a new memo book. S for spiral, M for memo book. The spiral has more, so it's by itself, and that's equal to the memo book plus 30. Total number of sheets of paper in 3 spirals, and 5 new memo books, 5M, is equal to 810. Once you solve that out, you should be able to find it. Just make sure your labels are appropriate. Check the information in your calculator. Make sure you're matching it up. Again, this is menu 3-2 to solve that system. 6 and 7, same thing. Menu 3-2, solve system of equations. 156 laptops and desktops. L for laptops, D for desktop. 8 more laptops than desktops. That means the laptops are more. They're by themselves. It's a desktop plus 8. Write a system of equations that could be used to find it. Oh, there are 156. So laptops plus desktops equals 156. Again, menu 3-2 will solve that system. Number 9, the candy company sells cases of chocolate bars. Oh, this is real world situation, and this is as real as it gets. This is how much it costs them to make the candy. This is how much they're selling it for. So at what point are they finally going to make enough money to go? There's a couple of things on this one that you really have to pay attention to. This is dollars in thousands. So even though the graph comes off here like this is also number of cases in thousands. So how many cases? Well, if you put these in as equal, you can get an answer on your graph, or you can, again, menu 3-2, solution to system of equations. You can get that answer. It's right here, all right? But remember that that's thousands. So if it's out here at like 6, that'd be 6,000. If the revenue is equal, then again, that's money in thousands. It's not just 50 or 55 or whatever, it's 55,000. Make sure to have that on there. That distinction is important. Number 10, another one, the prize tickets that he's selling he's trading in for the action figures. We've got L for large action figures, S for small action figures. This one's tricky. It's 7 tickets for every 2 of the small action figures, and then 5 tickets for the large action figures makes 380 tickets. And he wants 4 times as many small. He wants more small. The small's by itself. That's 4 times the large. Okay? 9 books stacked on a shelf. It's either the 1 inch or 2 inch. So I'm going to say small books, big books. If we take these small books and big books and add them together, we have 9 books. But the stack is 14 inches. So 1 inch for every small book plus 2 inches for every big book is equal to 14 inches. Again, it's tricky. This one says X for the 1 inch and Y for the 2 inch. So, I mean, you can convert those back to X and Y after you get there. Just make sure you put the label on the appropriate one. Write a system of inequalities. Make sure your line matches this. This is a slope of -1. Y is greater than negative X, and that's -1. It goes down. It's a dashed line. It's not solid. Up here we have a solid line. That's Y is greater than or equal to X plus 4. Okay? If this is on the multiple choice test, then you're going to be graphing this on your calculator. Make sure it matches the picture that's there. On this one, what's a solution, what's not a solution? If it's in here, in the shaded part, it is a solution. If it's on this line and it's a solid line, it is a solution. These are good. Yay, yay, yay. But look at this right here, -3, 0. It's on the edge of the shaded region, but it's on a dashed line. That is not a solution. Very important. That's where they're going to try to trip you up. If it's over, I'm on the wrong spot, but right here, 0, -1 is a solution. It's on the boundary, but it's on a solid line. Okay, you should be able to fill in more from that. Following systems, X is greater than -5. This is a vertical line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be a dashed line here at -5. Greater than, we're over here. These are the numbers bigger. Y is less than or equal to -X minus 2. 1, 2. And we're coming down like this. So this is equal. It's a solid line. And less than or equal to would be down here. This part in here is the overlap. That's the solutions. Determine if there's solutions. Again, graph this. See if it's in the shaded part or the not shaded part, okay? You should be able to do that one on your own. Check it out on Desmos. You can do that. Craftsman wants to spend less than $300 on supplies. Is making 25 and 20 a reasonable solution? This is 25 bracelets. This is 20 necklaces. Yes, that's okay. It's in the shaded. Is 15 and 25 reasonable? 15 and 25, maybe, okay? But at least 10 more bracelets than necklaces. He's not making more bracelets than necklaces. So this is a no. Sorry. Even though this one's in the shaded region again, too, is he making 10 more bracelets than necklaces? This is a no. He's only making 5 more bracelets. He's making fewer bracelets. 30 and 15. We come over here, 30 up 15. It's at least 10 more. It's in the shaded region. That one's good. Is 40 and 20. We come over 40. We come up 20. That's outside my shaded. So even though it's at least 10 more bracelets, it's not in my shaded region for the cost. That's a no. Be very careful. On the pre-AP part, if you're not pre-AP, you can pause the video, you can back it up at this point, listen to what you need. On the pre-AP, on this one, they're both y equals. This would best be solved by graphing. On this one, they are set up X and Y above each other. So probably in this case, your best method would be elimination. Especially if you've got one that multiplies easily to make the other. But since it's both X, Y, they're both in standard form, elimination is probably the best. On this one, one Y equals, and then the other one, if it's solved for one variable already, substitution is more than likely your best bet, okay? Go ahead and solve through them. You should be able to check your answers off Coach Wooten's posted key. Good luck on your test, and I hope you look over this a few times.